In our next one, we've got the Dallas Cowboys going on the road to take on the Buffalo Bills.
Hey man, this is gonna be a fun one. We've been talking a lot about Dak Prescott being MVP, and the Bills. Obviously, they're a fun team that a lot of talent, a lot of playoff aspirations. Josh Allen, he a lot of people say he ought to be MVP. He leads the league in both what total yardage, and then also TDs, total TDs as well. So it's like obviously he has a lot of interceptions and the turnovers. That's definitely fair game, but you were talking about a player that's just putting a team on his back. That's Josh Allen, basically. So, uh, yeah, this is at Buffalo. So, I did talk about the Cowboys last week about how they just are really they're undefeated at home in Jerry World. So they're going to be in Buffalo. Uh, yeah, Bills. They've been playing a lot better of late. They lost a close one to the Eagles before, and then they beat the Chiefs at Arrowhead. Even though with all that controversy with Kadarius Toney and a little bit of a whiny Patrick Mahomes there, but hey, in the end of the game, end of the day, a win is a win, and yeah, those are the rules there. So, uh, yeah, Bills. They're actually favored here, right? How about that? Like team with three less wins, albeit at home. They're favored by 2.5 points, but I think the Bills will win and cover. I actually do. This is definitely one of those games I feel like the Bills need to win, and the Cowboys, like whenever I guess they feel good, they disappoint you in the next game, right? I feel like that's just the nature of the Cowboys right now. And if I'm a Cowboys fan, I'd love to be wrong. This could definitely be a different season, but that's just kind of how they normally operate. So I'm gonna go based off that, and yeah, I'm gonna pick Bills covering that 2.5 spread here.
Yeah, I mean, Dallas right now is playing perfect football, both sides of the ball. I don't think they could get much more out of any of their, players at this point, especially Dak Prescott, who's, really impressed and kind of, obviously taking strides toward making a case for himself as, MVP. Going on the road in Buffalo, it's going to be very tough. It's one of those hostile environments where this is a huge test for Dak. I mean, I think everybody in the world still doesn't believe, in Dak until Dak proves it, kind of deal. I feel like he's got to start winning, big, high pressure matchups, especially on the road where he's not, super comfortable, at home in Dallas. Like this is definitely a game that'll test him and his, mental fortitude. For Buffalo, we've been talking about him all year, just in so many games. They've been in every single big game this year. I feel like every single one has been a dogfight, and the margins have been super slim, whether they win or lose. I think the type of win they got in KC is one of those kind of rallying type, victories where you just get the momentum going. You feel like you can beat really any team that steps on the field, and they're going to be jacked for this one. They basically have to be perfect, if not near perfect. Maybe one more loss they could probably, stomach along this road here. But I think they, like you, will get this victory against Dallas. I think this is going to be another dogfight. And I think Buffalo's up for it. I think they, can match them toe to toe. If you just look at, overall figures, rankings among their offense, defense, I think these teams match up really well, with one another in a lot of the major categories. So, it's not like Dallas is going to come in and kind of outclass them, talent wise or whatever else it could be. Just team play overall. I think Buffalo has learned a ton from a lot of these losses, and kind of looks like a different team in the last couple of weeks or so.
Yeah, and I know we talked about Joe Brady now being the offensive coordinator. They just seem a little bit more balanced, I think, with regards to distributing the ball. Not necessarily relying too much on Diggs. I'm glad that they're giving the ball to Khalil Shakir, which I've been saying and everything. So yeah, they just seem like a better team offensively and defensively too. They've been creating turnovers, getting a little bit more sacks and everything, and creating just that pressure. So just a better overall team the past couple of weeks, like we mentioned before. And yeah, against a really talented Cowboys team. I mean, obviously, one thing to bring up too, obviously, is Deron Bland. Like, is he going to get a pick six against Josh Allen? I mean, that's something to keep an eye out on because Josh Allen, He does have those turnovers, but yeah, he's playing great football these past couple of weeks. So the MVP level that I think a lot of people know Josh Allen as. So yeah, I just have a feeling that the Bills, and Vegas does too, apparently, that they'll be victorious here.
Yeah, I think this one also has a high potential for takeaways. Just kind of looking at, these two teams among, all the league leaders in takeaways, they're both in the top six. I mean, similar to the Chicago Cleveland game, I expect pressure from both sides, and the quarterbacks aren't necessarily known for, their pinpoint accuracy. I mean, I think Dak's numbers have been incredible this year in terms of his touchdown interception, ratio, but this might be one of those games where he, coughs it up in some way.
Yeah, I don't know what the Vegas spread is on overall turnovers, but I mean that's definitely something to look forward to. I think because yeah, these are two talented defenses in terms of getting the ball and taking the ball away from the other team. So yeah.